here. So today we're not timed or anything today. We are going to be left to your own pace, but we are going to be doing a full pyramid. So actually just the back side of the pyramid. So we've got 10 reps all the way down to 1 rep of all these exercises. So you'll do 10 goblet squats, 10 push-ups, 10 lateral squats, single arm band row. So if you have a band, you can use that. If you don't have a band, you can just do any kind of row where you would be, you know, like a 3-point row where you've got hand on the couch or chair or whatever, and then pulling up like this. So if you don't have a band, don't worry about it. But I throw the band in there just to kind of keep things different if you've always been doing a dumbbell row. Shoulder tap, so you're in that push-up position, coming across the tap in front of your shoulder. Upright row, so if you have a kettlebell, you'll be holding with hands like this, pulling up. If you only have a dumbbell, you'll be holding the sides. It's kind of awkward. I actually don't really even like the exercise if all you have is a dumbbell. So I don't know, just see if you can find a way to hold where your palms are facing you. Morning, Elaine. Morning, Carol.
Good morning.
And then the final one is a split jump. So I put everything in the chat. I'll put everything in the chat again. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 exercises. We do 10 reps of everything, then 9, then 8, 7, 6, on down to 1. On the last set, I'll probably just do 3 of everything because I don't really like doing 2 and then 1. It just takes longer to transition between the exercises. So the last 2 sets I'll combine and do them together. Okay, so I'll meet you on the roller here. No groundbreaking movements. It's just thrown together in a different way. And of course, the goblet squat modifications are, you know, it depends where you hold the weight. Holding it low is friendlier on backs and stuff. Holding it up top, I think we get more out of overall. So you pick what's best for you there. Push-ups, you know, knees down. Knees down would be easiest. Feet elevated would be making it harder. You can also, if you got that band lying around from your band row, you can also try to do the push-ups with the band. So that's a way to kick it up a notch. Let's spend 1 more minute here just rolling out whatever you need. Amy, you may want to turn the lateral squats into your reverse lunges.
Yep.
All right, 30 more seconds. Just rolling it out where you need it. And it depends on what you did this weekend. And relax. All right, let's start off on the floor. We're going to give one leg a hug. So give one knee a hug. Try to touch the other leg to the floor, or the back of your knee to the floor. So when you give your leg a hug, you should feel that flat part on your back, on your low back, in contact with the floor. And then from there, we're just trying to let our other leg lie flat. And then from there, so same exact position, let's just raise and lower that leg, keeping it nice and straight. Push your heel away from you. Always checking in, making sure that flat part in your low back right around your waistband is staying in contact with the floor. And we'll switch sides. So we just go for the stretch first. Your knee a big hug. And then let's go ahead and move. Keeping that leg straight. Always try to touch the back of your knee to the ground as you go back down. And relax. Okay, let's push your heel down into the ground. We're gonna lift up. So we'll just have one foot on the ground here, but we'll combine it with a floor slide. So we're gonna be here pushing that heel up or through the floor, lifting your hips up. Then we're gonna reach and come back. Try to keep your forearms on the ground the whole time. Your belly should stay strong. Reaching up and down, you should start to feel some work in your hip. And let's switch feet. And we reach up again. Checking in, making sure your belly is strong so you're not arched up. And relax. Curl up on your side. Just going to open up, big rotation here. Come back, fingertips tap each other. So if it feels better to stay open here, if you feel like you get a better stretch, you can stay open. All right, switch to the other side. Keeping those knees stacked right up on top of each other. Don't let your top knee pull back as you open up. All right, let's come up to one knee. All right, just getting a hip flexor stretch here. Tuck that tailbone down. Instead of taking the big lunge step forward, we're just gonna try to scoop your hips under, which is really probably making them level. That nice big stretch down the front of your leg. And then we'll go out to 45 degrees. Let that knee push forward. Might get more of a groin stretch out of this. We're just trying to stretch this hip just a little bit differently, different angle. And let's switch sides. So keeping your tailbone tucked. Nice big stretch down the front of that leg. And we put your knee off to the side about 45 degrees. And we'll push out over that leg, over that knee. And good. Let's go ahead and stand. So for hamstring stretch, bring one heel, pull, or put your heel out in front of you, pull your toe up towards you. And then we're pushing your hips back. Getting a big stretch down the back of that leg. And we'll do two shorter stretches. So let's switch sides here. Back to the original side. Just hinging over. And one more time, other side. And good. Okay, just to get moving here, we'll do a lateral lunge with a knee hug. So we'll step out to the side. Whatever side just stepped out, you're gonna come up to the top, give it a hug, step out to the side, bring it up for a hug. This will be the last part of warm up. You're gonna do about 8 each side. All right, let's go to the other side. So stepping out. Stepping out, giving that knee a hug. Making sure as you bring your knee in, as you give it a hug, you should also be supporting your knee along with pulling your foot across your body. And good to go. Okay, so this one's going to be self-paced. Can go as you like. The order is in the chat. If you get lost, just take a peek. Or if you're ahead or behind, whatever. So we got goblet squats, push-ups, lateral squats, band row, shoulder tap, upright row, and split jump. Split jump is, I didn't really talk about it, but split jump is when one, like you kind of do a half of a split squat and then you jump and switch your feet. If switching your feet is not a thing for you, we can just push straight up, right, where you leave your feet on the ground. If leaving the ground isn't for you, then we just kind of come up on your toes and make it like a faster version of a split squat. So all we're doing is introducing speed there. All right, so I'm gonna start the clock here just for my reference, but we are pretty much on our own for this one. Starting with the goblet squats, we'll get started in 10 seconds, so grab your weight. You'll also need a band maybe if you have one. Get started in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. Start with goblet squats. I think default is holding up top. If there's something that keeps you from holding it up top, up under your chin like this, then you can hold it down low. For me, I need a warm-up set or two. Remember, we're doing 10 on this first round. Into push-ups. Lateral squat, same thing. You can hold up top. But if we're still getting warmed up, you'll hold on the side that's staying straight. So if I'm bending my right leg, I'll hold in my left hand. Band row will be next. So if you ever get confused about what's up next, this will be like, we're almost alternating upper body and lower body. So it's the goblet squat, then a push-up, then a lateral squat, then the row. So the way I'm going to do the band row is just grab both hands, have the band stretched in between my feet, right? So as it lays flat, I'll just pick it up here and pull up. You're kind of, the version of your row is up to you, depending on what kind of equipment you have. Shoulder taps are next if you're there. Remember, that's that push-up position. We're trying to keep our hips square. Upright row and split jump are last. Upright row, you're trying to keep your elbows higher than your hands, or at least level as that weight comes up. All right, so we're working into nines. Just for reference, it's been about 4.5 minutes. Obviously, it will start going faster. That's the nice part about a circuit like this. That is as long as you don't forget and do 10 accidentally. Making sure in those lateral squats that you're getting your hips far enough back so that your heel stays down on the ground. Nice thing about these circuits, again, the longer you go, the shorter the rounds get. So you can always look forward to that. One less rep the next time around. Make sure knees are staying apart on the goblet squat. The width is up to you, but your shins should be parallel to each other. We're working into 8s here. And we're working into the 7s here. We're about 11.5 minutes in. It's probably just a mental thing for me, but if you feel like it's still going slow, 6 is usually where, for me, I feel like the miles start ticking off really quickly. So depending on where your head's at, this could be the last mentally challenging round. Good job, guys. Working our way into sevens here, or sorry, sixes. Some are ahead or behind, I can't tell which. That's a little bit of a drawback to this format, is that we're not all together, but the benefit is you can go at your speed and get what you need out of it. We're 16 minutes in. 16 minutes in. Okay. About 17 and a half minutes down. Working our way into fives. Hit the downhill slide here all the way to the finish. Remember your last set, instead of doing sets of 2 and then a set of 1, just wrap up with a second set of 3. Good job, everybody. Just hitting that 20-minute mark. Remember, the last rounds will fly by. A few minutes to go. Okay, working into threes here. If you're with us, whatever pace you're at, keep it up. So we finish strong with really good form. Okay, if you just did your threes, finishing up with one set of threes, which is our 2 and 1 altogether. Otherwise, at that point, it just gets frustrating because it's too long to switch between exercises. 25 minutes on the dot. Okay, if you're wrapping up, go ahead and take a minute. We're all going to finish at slightly different times here. I know some of you guys have to take off. Carol already took off. Nice job, guys. A little bit longer than we usually go, so that one's a grind. But it's looking like we all wrapped up around the 25-minute mark. So I'll leave the breathing up to you guys. At this point, you know what to do. Take a second, let your heart rate come down, and give yourself a pat on the back. That's a good start to a week.
Thanks, Brian.
You got it, Elaine. Good to see you, or your name on the screen. All right, great job, everybody. I'll see you guys later.